What's up guys, we're back again with a brand new series I'm going to be starting. This is going to be called Build It, Tune It, Race It. What I'm going to do basically is pick a car. It's going to be a car that I haven't used before. It won't be a download content, so everybody can do it. And we're going to go through the building process. So we're going to add all the parts up to a specific class. We're going to tune it and go through each step stage by stage so you guys can see what I do and follow along, or add suggestions in the comments box below. And see how we get on. So hopefully this will give you an insight into the way I tune, and hopefully you might find it helpful and be able to apply it to your tuning. So I suppose we better choose a car to do. So as I said, I'm going to try and do a car that I haven't done before. So I'll be learning just as much as you guys, hopefully. And now we just got to pick which car to do. Not too sure what class I'm going to do it in yet. It's probably going to be B class or A class more than likely, because they're the ones that I always seem to race more often than not, with occasional S class now and again. So it's just trying to find a car that I haven't bought, because I've got quite a few, and something that's going to be interesting. A Mercedes, a lot of Mercedes. High up. Let's see what else we've got. Mazda. You know what? I think we'll go with one of them. I've never bought one of them. I have no idea what it drives like. We can probably got a good choice if we put into B class or A class. So I don't think that's a download car. If it is, let me know, and I'll scrap this one and start all over again. But I don't think it is. So we'll give it a go. Let's buy this. 13,000 credits. Bargain. So I'm going to go through the build process. I'm going to try and aim for B class, because B class seems to be pretty competitive and good class to racing. So we're going to upgrades. We're going to make this a handling car, so we're not going to do no aero and shed loads of power and stock tyres. So we're going to put race stuff on as much as we possibly can. Make it a handling car for some of the tight and twisty tracks, and I think we'll probably run it around Laguna Seca and see what sort of times we get. Right, and so we're going to the upgrade shop. So we'll leave the engine in power for now. We'll go on to tyres. We'll put the race tyres on. And just for a base setting, we're going to put the width on the front all the way up to max, and all the way up to max on the rear. And we can always adjust that later on, and probably lose a few PI, and then we can add a bit more power if we need to. Wheels at this stage I'm going to leave as stock. Aero, we're going to do race aero on the front, race rear wing, and a row. What choice is this one? So whichever one looks the best. I think I'm going to go with that one. Side skirts, we'll put side skirts on again, whichever ones look the best. We'll go with them ones. Seems to fit in with the lines of the carpet bar and bonnet at the moment. We're going to leave it as it is. We might come back to that in a minute. Next up is going to be platform and handling. So we'll put race brakes on, race suspension, race roll bars, race weight reduction, and let's have a look at this. So you can see there, by going from that one to that one, we get an extra point on the handling, and we lose something on the launch. How much weight do we add altogether? About £70. Yeah, £70. So we'll add that in. Drivetrain. I use manual with clutch, so I won't be installing the clutch upgrade. We'll put race gearbox in. Race driveline we'll leave a stock for the moment, and differential we'll put racing as well. So that brings us up to B427 before we've done any power upgrades. So we'll try and aim for B class, as I said. So now we can look at conversions and see what we've got. So we can't put that in because that puts us straight into A class. Aspiration. Well, we've got choice of 3 now. That one obviously adds the most power. and then these two. But the interesting thing to look at is the torque and where that adds it in. So I'm going to go with the twin screw supercharger. I'm going to go with that one. You still get a fair bit of power, and it evens the torque out towards the top end, so you don't get that much wheel spin when you're coming out of corners. Next up, we're going to look at engine and power. I know a lot of people add different upgrades in different orders. I know a lot of people go straight for the supercharger, and likewise. I tend to go for supercharger and see what I can possibly fit in there. So that gives us 200 horsepower, not much torque, and that's a possibility at the moment. Exhaust, because it always sounds nice. I think for the base build, we're going to go straight with the sport supercharger, and then we're going to go with. So I always like to stick cams in mine so I can rev them up higher, but I ain't going to be able to fit them in. So exhaust, no. Next one on the list is displacement. No. No. Oh, that comes in handy. So straight at B500, 204 horsepower, 160 pound-foot of torque, and we weigh 2,179. So for the base build, we'll put that in. Now, as you can see, we're at B500 now. What we can sometimes do is eke a little bit more weight loss out of the car by going onto the drivetrain. And you can see we can add the first one, we can't add the second one. So we can lose, it's only £2, but we can lose £2. Better to lose it than race around with it, dragging behind us. So we'll apply that. So that gives us B500. We'll have a look on the leaderboards for Laguna Seca to see what sort of time is a good time, and what sort of time we should be aiming for. So we've got circuit, B-class, Mazda. So 136 is my fastest with an Alpha or a Mayo GTA. So if we've got anything that's around the 1,000 mark. So these are my friends list who's posted a time. So 137 there at the bottom. 137.256. If we can get into the top 1,000, that'll be, near the top 1,000. That'll be a good result. So we'll take the car for a little spin around Laguna Seca now without tuning it. So we'll just get a base idea of how the car handles and if we need to change the upgrades or anything, and just get a rough idea for the feel of the car. So we'll load that up. Like I said, I haven't driven this car before, so I have no idea what it's like. I don't know if it's a donkey to drive or if it's generally a good car anyway. I haven't seen many of them about in the hoppers, but we'll give it a whirl. I think straight away the gears are going to need adjusting. It's always good to just get a few laps in just to get a feel for the car and see how it handles. It doesn't seem to handle too bad. It seems to turn in quite well. Not getting any understeer or oversteer, so that's always a good sign. I think it is lightweight, so you'd expect it to handle quite well. Seem to be quite good on the brakes, even though we haven't adjusted them yet, so it's going to be good that we can make that even better. Like I say, if we adjust the gears, that should give us a bit more power, a bit more acceleration. It does seem to lack a bit of acceleration going up the hill. That's again because we haven't got much torque. For lobby cars, I tend to pick a lot of cars for these sort of tracks that handle really, really well anyway. Especially with the amount of people that went off on the in the hoppers and the lobbies. Getting a good car that's consistent will more than likely win you a race as opposed to something that's good for one lap out of 3. So we'll go for a flying lap now. So around the 137 mark was the time it's going to get, we was aiming for. So if we can try and set a decent time without any tuning, and hopefully knock that down a little bit more. should have a decent car at the end of it. Seems to be hitting the apexes of the corners without any problems. Since it's got no understeer, no oversteer, seems pretty well balanced straight off the bat. So hopefully, with a bit of testing, a bit of tuning, we'll be able to gain a second or so. Let's see how far we're going to be off the 137 mark, which will get us in the top 1,000. Hopefully, it's not looking too bad. So that's not too bad straight away. On the second lap, we've done a 137.9. So that's already around the probably about 1,500 to 2,000 mark. So with a bit of tuning, we should hopefully be able to bring that down quite a bit, and hopefully just have a decent car by the end of it. So that's looking very promising so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this into two parts. I'm going to do a video that's about 4 hours long. You'll probably end up falling asleep if you're watching this late at night. So what I'll do is I'll break this into two parts. I'll do this bit as the first part, the build, and then you guys can watch it. Leave me any comments below what you would have done differently to build it. What engine? Be interested to hear what engine parts you would have put in rather than the ones I did. And then you guys can build it as well. And then hopefully in the next part I'll go over some of the tuning. How I start with tuning, what parts I tune first, how I usually set them up, and then you guys can follow it step by step, and hopefully at the end of it we'll all have the same car. You guys can tweak it for your driving style, and maybe one day we'll all have a race. Bust out the Mazdas. So yeah guys, for this part of the series I'm going to call it to a close. So as always, if you enjoyed it and you want to see more of this sort of thing, then hit the like button below, leave me a comment, share my video, subscribe if you already haven't. I know a lot of you have, so I want to say thanks for that. And until next time guys, I'll see you all soon.